This week on Metro Magazine, it is our great and distinct privilege to present a rare film that throws new light on the American imperial adventure that led to their colonization of the Philippines in 1898. It is a view of history that is supported by actual film footage shot by the Americans themselves at that contentious turn of the century. An American filmmaker, Peter Davis, put the film together several years ago. What you will see is a videotape copy of the print graciously lent by Mrs. Doreen Fernandez to Mr. Ernie De Pedro, director of the new film archives of the Philippines. The film is also an excellent study on how to piece together a fascinating historical documentary out of scant material. Mr. De Pedro says that for the past 3 years, he's been trying to trace the whereabouts of Mr. Davis, even through the Library of Congress, but to no avail. The film clips used by Mr. Davis as a peg for his film essay are a package of 9 shorts filmed in 1898 as the events happened in the Philippines. Last September, the U.S. Library of Congress presented Mrs. Marcos with a set of the 9 short films. The new film archives possesses another set. Well, here it is, this bloody, blundering business.
These islands were the Philippines, and they were the colony of a European power. That power was Spain, and the time was 1898. Spain had been a great imperial power, but now was weak. The Filipinos were in armed rebellion against Spain, for they wanted independence. Across the sea, thousands of miles away, the American people watched the struggle with interest. They, too, had once fought for their independence, and they were concerned about their little brown brothers. The leaders of the rebellion were highly praised in the American press as cultivated, humane, and intelligent men. Foremost among them was Aguinaldo, who was compared with George Washington, father of the American nation, and another leader of a rebellion against colonial rule. When Spain was almost defeated by the Filipinos, McKinley, President of the United States, declared war on Spain by popular demand. He ordered his navy to attack the Spanish fleet in the Philippines. At Manila Bay in the Philippines, Admiral Dewey's superior guns destroyed the Spanish Asiatic fleet for the loss of one American sailor who died of heat stroke in the boiler room. By the time the American troops arrived, Aguinaldo, the Filipino general, had been declared president of the new Republic of the Philippines. There was a minor engagement between the Americans and Spaniards to save the honor of Spain. And then the Spanish general, worn out with fighting the Filipinos, surrendered his sword to the Americans. With the surrender of the Spanish, the Filipinos thanked the Americans for their help and said, wasn't it time they went home now? The Americans, surprised and hurt at this lack of hospitality, stayed on and on and on.